today I wanted to do a little activity together. This is a chocolate making kit with Sue. This is Sue. She is a Korean character. I know her famously from this computer game that I used to play in like elementary school, but it was like really fun, and she is quite the star of my childhood. So it's just like this whole illustration style is so iconic for me. I remember there was this one game where it was like her room. It was kind of like a treasure hunt and you had to find certain things in her room, and this is her couch and you have to like look under her couch. I think there's stickers in here too, so I'm just very excited right now. Gonna open it up. While doing this, I did have some topics to talk about. I kind of wanted to talk more about growing up being quiet. Oh my gosh. This is everything that's in the box. This is like the biscuit part. What we're making is this strawberry chocolate biscuits, kind of like Choco Boy. This is like the chocolate. And these are the stickers. Oh my gosh. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is like a little background for the stickers. Wait, this is gonna be really fun. I'm gonna dress her up with any hairstyle, any outfit, and then I'm gonna put her on this background where she will live. Okay. This is the little tin that it comes with. This is like very flimsy. I'm gonna put the icing into here and then fill it up and then put the biscuits inside and then freeze it, and then they'll be ready to eat. I feel like I haven't vlogged much of my school. This is kind of hard. Anyways. Am I supposed to? Oh. I feel like I haven't shown much of my semester and like vlogged it recently, and I haven't. It was like a little hard for me to document this past semester. I think I was still just like trying to adjust to commuting and driving every time I went to school. And it was really difficult going to school this past semester because since I commute, and I was supposed to be class of 2024, so I was supposed to graduate last year, and so most of my friends have already graduated. And so every time I went to school, I basically didn't have any friends. And at first I thought I was like having a good time, but then I realized like it can be a little lonely. Like school was once a place where I would see my close friends and like I would have a good time at school. But this past semester it became a place where I would just do everything alone, basically. Just that change I think I was just dealing with. Also, this is like not coming out. This is actually, it's not looking good. This is not looking good. I realized this might not be the best idea because I'm like not that good at multitasking, and so I just hope what I say makes sense, because I can't give full attention to what I'm saying when I'm also doing something else. But I have some notes that I took for what to talk about because I'm not very good at talking. But on that note, I've been wanting to make more like talking videos like this because I just feel like it's a good way to actually get my thoughts out there, and I kind of view it as like just my own video journal, like actually a video diary. Yeah, I just also hope that as I share my own experiences, someone else might be able to relate to it or find comfort in it. And that is also why I wanted to talk about like growing up being quiet, because there are some things that I feel like can be a little like traumatic. I do remember that growing up like in school and in the classroom setting, I would feel so nervous, like just being called on, or like if I had to do things that included public speaking. And so every time the teacher would like call on me, or every time the teacher had some kind of random calling thing, like where they just randomly pick someone to like do something or say something, like that would bring me so much anxiety. And I know it's like a common thing, so I didn't really like think much about it, but it got really bad in high school actually. And so yeah, because of that, I just kept to myself a lot. Yeah, but I don't think there was a problem with that. Like, I did what I had to do, I still tried in class. I was just maybe not the best at participating. I think like teachers require so much of you to participate because they want you to pay attention, but it's like I was still paying attention. I just didn't want to voice any of my opinions out loud. Anyways, I realized that when you are on the quieter side, people kind of perceive it as a weakness. And I think because of that, I could tell like some people, by the way they talked to me, just kind of didn't give me the same respect that they would someone else. But in high school, because I dealt with a lot of people kind of treating me differently because I was quiet, I think I also believed that being quiet was not a good trait and that I had to like fix it, or I had to do something about it. Obviously, it did not take me long to realize that is not true. But yeah, after high school, I realized a lot of things. And one of them is that being quiet is not a weakness. And in fact, it can be a strength in a lot of different ways. This is not looking good at all. I am not too excited to eat this actually. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. There's also like not enough of the ice. There's not enough of the chocolate to fill up every spot on this tray. I just put the chocolates in my freezer and they're gonna be in there for 10-15 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm gonna dress up Sue. This is Sue. I love nostalgic things like this. This is just very healing for me. Oh my gosh, I think I placed this wrong. I think I was saying how in high school I've had experiences of people treating me as if being quiet was a weakness, but now that I've learned that it is not, I've really shifted like my whole perspective on my personality, and I really struggled with like liking my personality because I did not like it when I was like younger, because I just thought it was a weakness and that the way I acted and my natural personality was not a good characteristic to have. A skirt over her pants because I think that is a look. This is the final look. Good work. But I think there are a lot of strengths to being quiet and being more reserved. And I think it is a really valuable trait to have. Like when you are able to control what you say or how much you speak, I think that is such a good trait to have and a good skill too. But yeah, there are a lot of strengths to being quiet, and one of them is that you can be more independent. I think when you're able to do things alone, you don't have to be lonely all the time. And of course, like we still will experience loneliness maybe, but I think when we are used to being alone, or when we're used to enjoying the time that we spend alone, I think that leads us to be more independent and not have to rely on other people to be content, to have fun. Like we don't need to rely on a big event or a gathering or anything. not that we would want a big event or a big gathering, but I think that's another thing though, like, or just for my case, since I was on the quieter side, I think it did lead me to not having like a huge group of friends. I just would notice that the amount of friends I have was not as much as maybe someone else who maybe is extroverted or more vocal and expressive. I think that is also a strength though, because when I look at the friends that I do have, in quantity it's not a lot, but the friends that I do have are all very quality friends. And so I think having that like mindset shift is really good for people who might be introverted, because it really is easy to like compare yourself to extroverts, but it is very important to also look at the strengths that we have, and not like in a way to compare ourselves and like make us feel better, but just in a way where we're able to acknowledge like both traits as good traits. And of course, like extroverts, they have all of these amazing traits, but the same goes for introverts too. I think another quality is that being introverted can make you more observant of other people and how they act. And I think as for me, it has made me very self-aware of, or not self-aware, but like it has made me aware of how people act and treat each other. And so in that way, it's made me think about how I treat other people and what I can do to make people feel loved or make people feel cared for. And if I'm being a good friend and these things, like seeing how people work, I don't know, that might sound weird, but like just like observing people dynamics. And I think having those observational skills is a really good trait as well. Even though growing up might have been hard, I think I'm really grateful to have kind of stepped back from believing in the lie that my personality is a weakness, or that I have to like change myself and like grow out of this or something. And it's still hard, of course, because in some ways the world, and I think society sometimes still does function as if it gives more privilege or it gives more power to people who are able to confidently use their voice. But another thing is that even if things are difficult to us, that doesn't mean we can't do it. And I've also been really thinking a lot lately about how there are a lot of things I'm scared of, but I think being scared of something can also mean that you're setting this expectation of yourself to do a good job. And so it just means that we just want to do a good job. And whether we reach our expectation or not, I think we can still accomplish something that we might be afraid of, like whether it's public speaking or any other fear that we have. Even if it is hard, we can still do it. And just as long as we try not to completely run away from it or avoid it completely, I think being able to actively work towards it and face it every time is also such a good trait to have. And it helps us grow a lot. That's another thing. A lot of growth in facing fear. Just reminding myself of all of these and all of these good qualities is very helpful, for me at least. I think life after college is also a little scary, because I know that there will be a lot of tasks where I have to put myself out there and express myself and be more confident in myself. I'm just thinking about like job interviews in the professional world and like networking and all of that. That is like a nightmare to me, honestly, but I think there's still a way out and a way to deal with it. And I don't have much experience in the professional world, so I can't speak much of it yet, but if I do happen to go through that, I'll be very happy to share. But as for now, I'm just a little design student attending college, and the future does seem very scary to me, but there is so much good that I can think about too, and I don't need to be dwelling in that right now, and I don't have to dwell in any fear that I anticipate either, because it's not happening right now. Just gonna enjoy life in my current moment with my little Sue character. Also, I can probably take out the chocolate now. I was really not expecting these to be cute like this, and I thought they would stick to the thing. This is really good user experience. Okay, I'm gonna eat this one. Cheers. That is pretty good. I have some leftover biscuits. I guess another life lesson is that you just have to trust the process and not give up. I don't know if what I said made any sense, but I really do like making these talking videos because I have a lot of fear in like talking in public. I feel very healed when I am able to talk in a space that feels safe for me. So I'm just grateful for this space. Even though there's not too many people that watch me, I am grateful for you. And anyone can feel free to also comment what they think about being quiet as a strength, or maybe even the mindset that you try having when you start comparing yourself to people. I hope this space can also be a safe space for other people to share their thoughts and to also know that they're not alone. If you also want some kind of outlet to just let out your thoughts or what you want to say, I would highly recommend journaling. I journal almost every day, and it is like such a healing time for me. Even if it's not a very like deep time, I just like writing down anything that I'm thinking, and it just makes me feel very free. Or even just like making your own like video diaries. Like these are really helpful things to let out our thoughts and what we want to say. That is all for today. I hope you have a good week, and I hope that this week you can find some comfort in a space or in a moment in your journal